Oh, hey guys, welcome to the video. Today, I'm just giving a channel update slash Christmas message, I guess. At this point, I'm not necessarily sure I'm actually going to be able to get around to filming a Christmas special video, which is a shame because this happens every year. Like, I plan to do a series of Christmas videos, and then I just don't get around to doing it. This year, I was hoping to do all of the Disney die-cast Cars wintertime cruises that I have. I was going to do one for each day. Now, if that even gets done, I'm just going to do one big video where I open them all. I also had this Yu-Gi-Oh! Holiday gift box I was going to open. That was going to be the main Christmas special. Now it's looking like I'm not going to be able to get my hands on that unless I can actually find one in Asda, which they've been on the Asda website for ages, but it's never shown as available. So that wasn't great. And then all of a sudden they weren't available on eBay anymore. No one seemed to have them anymore. So that kind of went out the window. But I digress. We'll probably get the wintertime cruises video done. But even still, it's nice to just kind of put the camera on and talk into it and give you guys a bit of an update on what's going on with the channel and explain a lot of the weirdness that's been going on. You guys might not have even noticed. I'm sure a lot of people aren't that bothered, but just to give a bit of context to sort of, my most loyal subscribers, there's been a lot going on the past 2 months, really. I've been very busy, been doing a lot of stuff, and that's kind of held up a lot of content, and it's also meant that a lot of content that has gone out has been kind of messy and, it's been a bit of a mess. For example, the Doctor Who week I did at the end of November, there was supposed to be a load more Doctor Who videos in that, but just because of the way things went, I decided not to keep bombarding you with re-uploads of Doctor Who miniatures videos from 2020. I'll upload the rest of them later. And by that point, I was so far behind with content I wanted to do anyway. I probably should have just given up on it because, I was so busy and had so much stuff I actually wanted to put out already that, yeah, I probably should have just let that one go. But I had some Doctor Who content I wanted to put out, like the Commander decks, the Battles in Time pack openings, all that kind of stuff, and the re-uploads. I planned to do the other Commander decks, but there was no chance of that happening with how behind I already was. We are still unfinished on the Black Lantern unboxing series, although there's only 2 left. I had hoped to get those done by the end of November. There was no chance of that happening. That being said, we are also way behind on how many NW openings I wanted to do this year. That just didn't work out, and I've never really been able to catch up on kind of what I was hoping to do. I wanted to do about 26 because last year I did 25, and I think I've probably done about 20, if that. Probably not, maybe more like 15 to be honest. But there's more of them that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. And the funny thing is, I realized the other day that when I was looking at the list of the unboxings I need to do, like literally I'm still around like 125 unboxings to do, which is just crazy how I need to get that list down. But around 60 of them are before I even started working at Smith's, which was over 2 years ago. So that's really bad. So we, again, I guess I say this every year, but we really need to get on the NW openings next year. It's just kind of a self-defeating thing, really. I do the unboxing video to get a little bit of extra content, a little bit of extra value out of the figure, etc. But then I don't want to do the video, and because I'm so inconsistent with actually animating things, I never have to push myself to unbox the figure, to use the figure, and yeah, so the unboxings just kind of get forgotten about, and I guess that point brings me into the next point. So I'm really hoping to bring out the first part, at least, of Fix the World, my next Wrestling Figure Fed show. I'm really hoping to bring that out in January. But then I also hoped to bring it out months ago, and indeed, like a long time ago. So literally the first part, all it needs is audio, which is probably my least favorite part of the whole process. Well, apart from actually working out how I'm going to get a video editor to actually export the bloody video, because that's something I've had an issue with for 15 years. And honestly, if the exporting and editing process was more streamlined, I would honestly probably be way more inclined to actually animate stuff. Like, I'd probably actually get some stuff done if I didn't have to worry about how I'm actually going to export the video. Now, with other videos, I'm going to try the method because I'm old school, so I film the match and then put it into a video editor. I'm going to try the method now, especially now I have a good laptop. I'm going to try the method of actually shooting it into your editing software and, you know, go from there. So just see how that works for me, see if that works any better in terms of like getting it exported. I know most people do it that way nowadays, but I've never really tried it. I've never really had the technology to try it. You know, I've had a Chromebook for the last 5 years, so that can't handle that kind of software. And I do have the PC, but the PC's there, the figure setup's over there, so you know I don't have the space to put the two near each other, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm hoping to get the first part of Fix the World out in January, and assuming there isn't any hold-ups in the audio editing for parts 2 and 3, they should be out relatively quickly afterwards. And then I really need to get back on to filming part 4. I pulled the figures out for them probably 2-3 months ago. Whenever I did the D'Lo Brown unboxing, I've had the figures out ready to start filming it, and I've just never got around to it. So that's kind of what I want to do. When I get to the end of the video, I'm going to explain the reason for all the delays and all the reasons for all the delays and stuff. But I'll just keep telling you what my plans are. Really, I mean, I could have stuck this in a New Year's update video, really, plans for the new year, but I digress. So yeah, really hoping to get Fix the World done. We want to get a lot of NW openings done next year and really catch up on that, get some space back. I've got a few character deck videos and stuff like that are like literally waiting to go out. I have a few videos that are just sat waiting to go out for like, you know, a point where I'm again tied up and I can't actually film anything. There's a few other bits I want to do. There's a video I've wanted to do for a long time where I talk about the most hideous Andre the Giant figures, and I've really been feeling an itch to do that recently, but I've just had absolutely no time to do it. Yeah, I think that's more or less it, really. I think that's everything. Dogs are barking now, so I'll take a quick break. Just got interrupted by the Amazon man bringing the last of my Christmas presents, and this is one incredibly heavy bottle. You can see how it's just falling apart from the weight. And now that I've realised it's a big case of lychee cans, makes perfect sense. That's for my girlfriend. Anyway, so is that everything? Yeah. There's a scratch on my tiny tiger pop figure. That's a sad. That's a sad. I'll stick with that. It's crazy. I've been so busy the last 2 months. I barely had chance to actually promote any Disaster Fig stuff for Christmas to try and get more sales. I've done alright out of sales anyway, but, you know, I've not even had a chance to do that. It's been such a busy 2 months. There's been so much stuff I wanted to do that's just not gotten done. And I think it's crazy as well, because I have actually put out a lot of content. I've put out a lot of videos. And it makes you think, how much would I have put out if I had, like, the ability to put out everything I wanted to as well? Like, to actually get everything done, everything that's still being put off done. That would be crazy. And you got to remember as well, if my brain was like fully working and I was able to just be on it all the time and actually get the work done, I would have done so much stuff recently. And because the thing is, like, let's say I'm busy like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, then on the Thursday when I'm not busy, I don't feel like forcing myself to do something. So if I don't feel like doing the video, it doesn't get done. And then Friday I'm busy and it carries on like that. So I'll talk about why I've been so busy. I have 3 main obligations. Technically, the business should be one of them, but I'd be the first to say I don't put anywhere near as much work into the business as I do. Part of that's because of the size of it. There's only so much I can do because there's only so much money I can put into it. There's only so much stuff I can order in, do videos on, ship out, all that kind of stuff. And I could do more videos of like packing and all that kind of stuff if I had a bit less of a mess of a system of how I pick orders and stuff like that and how I store things. The business should be one of them, but it isn't really. It really doesn't take up that much time. But as a self-employed person that doesn't spend very much time on the business, I have 3 main other obligations. One is to my girlfriend, so that's a couple of days out the week where I'm not really doing anything. One is as a carer for my mum. That doesn't actually take up all that much time. You know, it's more kind of just being available most of the time and, you know, being like accompanying her to appointments and stuff if I need to and stuff like that. But the one that takes up the most time is babysitting my nephew. Because I'm the self-employed one, I'm always technically available. I can work around it. So if, you know, again, as a carer, if my mum's looking after him but my dad's not available, then I go with my mum to make sure she's not being overwhelmed with a toddler and a very bouncy dog, a very boisterous dog. So there's that. I've spent a lot of time babysitting my nephew over the last 2 months. It does mean a lot of this stuff gets pushed back. Just before Doctor Who week, I basically did like 2 straight weeks of like back-to-back plans, like whether it was babysitting for a whole week and then like just back-to-back plans the next week, and then Doctor Who week, and I was like, yeah, I should just cancel this, but I did it anyway. So that's basically been the time consumption. That was more kind of November, but it has taken up a good whack of December as well. But what has been more time consuming in December, and this is the good news, this is the great news, I've been looking forward to actually having a moment where I can do a video to announce this. I was going to announce this in a different video. I'm still going to do that video, but it's going to be a separate thing. So the last time I did a channel update like this, I announced that I was feeling very downtrodden and very defeated and kind of disappointed that I had failed my driving test twice, and that I'd been looking forward to the social and leisure possibilities of being able to drive, and also the possibilities for the channel of going further afield on toy hunts, just going on toy hunts more regularly, doing all that kind of stuff, and just enjoying myself, basically, just enjoying life. And the knock-on effect I had hoped for the channel from that, and how it was going to be the opposite for at least that week or so, because I was really not happy. I was really disappointed, and I really wasn't in the mood to film anything. That was basically the last channel update I did, which video is no longer available on the channel because it makes me sad. I'm glad to announce that I have passed my driving test, and the new car is sat outside right now, and that is what took up a decent whack of about 2 weeks of December. Actually, probably not even that long. Literally just looking for cars. It's such a time-consuming process. It's nowhere near as fun as I thought it would be for someone who loves cars, loves old cars, all that kind of stuff. But we got the car. It's class. I love it, and I'll do another video on that, and we'll do its first toy hunt and all that kind of stuff, and we'll really enjoy that. I've just realised I need to go out and I need to go to Smith's to get my nephew's last present, which I completely forgot about. I was just operating under the impression that I already had it, but I don't. I need to go and pick that up. Not going to arrive in time now. Okay, so that's something we'll have to do tomorrow. So yeah, that's the great news. It's really, really great news. That was probably like 3 or 4 straight days gone in car shopping. And in between that, visits to my girlfriend's and babysitting and everything else. So there was really not a lot of time for getting videos done in that time. So that's basically what's happened there most of December. Obviously Christmas takes up a lot of time as well. There's a lot of time consuming things involved with just Christmas in general. And once Christmas is done and my sister's work has probably calmed down a bit, we've got the car, etc. I think we can finally... I'm more or less caught up on the things I wanted to do. There's only a couple of things which weren't really time constraint that I wanted to do that I haven't done. But we can finally start cracking on the other things I've had to just be ignoring, like the NW openings and all that kind of stuff. We can finally get the last Black Lanterns unboxed as well. A lot of stuff has been happening. It's weird how, I'm a self-employed guy who doesn't put a lot of time into it, and yet I never have any time to do anything. Yeah, we should hopefully, at least in January, we should hopefully be able to start getting the ball rolling with getting stuff done. We're so close to monetization now as well, which is just really frustrating. That we want to just get it over the hurdle now, over the last sort of hurdle. It's just the lower tier of monetization, so all it really does is let me offer out like channel subscriptions and stuff like that, which I don't think anyone's going to be all that interested in, but it's nice to have the option, I guess. I don't think I get anything from videos, watch time, ads, anything like that. I don't think I get any of that yet. But yeah, it's better than nothing. It's the next step of the process. So I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Hold on. No, I've got one more thing I want to do. Although I don't know where I've put it. There's our way, Jamie Lane. There it is. So I just wanted to chuck a quick mail opening in here for the ones of you that are actually still here. This is one action figure, and it's arrived with me probably, well, a few days ago, earlier in the week. and I've got nothing else coming in, so I thought I'd better just open it now, or it's probably going to be sat there for ages, and then all of a sudden I've got stuff waiting for ages to be opened. Hey, look at my music channel. This thing is still waiting to be mail opened, and it's been 4.5 months since I bought it. You know, we really need to get that done. This is the brown suit. I can't remember what wave this is from. Elite Mankind action figure. Now, I was taking a slight risk on this because you can't really see all that well. You can't really see if it actually has the elite articulation. If it's pictured like that with the legs together, you can't really tell if it's a basic or not. So I got from like the pictures that was a thigh cut, and I was like, yeah, that must be the elite. So a little bit of a Christmas story behind this one, actually. 6 years ago, that's been a long time, since I restarted DSW, I was in Beamish with my ex. A friend of mine messaged me like, oh, they have these figures in B&M, do you want any of them? And they had the Mankind and the Elite 51 Scott Hall. So I asked him to hide the Scott Hall, and then the next day I went in and got it. And that whole night, I was sat there thinking, why didn't I tell him to put the Mankind away? And this was back when the figures in Home Bargains were like $7.99. So this would have been a really nice pickup for $7.99. And that's basically what I got this for. £8 this was. Now, not going to lie, glad I've opened it now, because I'm not happy with it. There's paint wear on the mask. There's marks all over, like really small black mark all over the shirt. But the main complaint is that his arm is just incredibly loose. So that's really disappointing. And a bit of paint wear on the back as well. So that's actually just going to go back in the shop. I'm just going to sell that. But it is what it is. Can't be helped. You know, you take a risk on these eBay listings when they just have like two pictures of the thing, and you can't really judge it all that well. So that's fine. Like I say, that was £8. I've been on the lookout for them ever since, but you know, they do attract a price now, so it's kind of fair enough. If I can pick one up, I will. But other than that, I have the shirt Mankind. And I have Cactus Jack anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But anyway, that part of the video done. Some great news in there. And yeah, just an explanation for you guys as to why things have been very sporadic and very all over the place, and why wrestling figures have just more or less been completely dropped from the channel at this point. I promise that is not the plan, but that is just the way things have gone with Yu-Gi-Oh! Mail openings and not having that much wrestling stuff coming in and not having a lot of time to do anything, and you know, being backlogged with the Black Lantern unboxings and all that kind of stuff. That's basically the whole crack with it. But yeah, everything should be looking good in the future. If I can stop filming this video and go and do something else, that would be good too. Got a visitor? Ho, 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 it's me, Disaster Santa, returning for the 3rd year in a row, saying there might not be a Christmas special this year, but hopefully there will be, and I probably won't be appearing in it because it'll probably be for a wider audience than the main channel, so I probably will just do the video and not freak out people by bringing up whatever a Disaster Santa is supposed to be. But I wanted to tell you all for watching this far into the video, thank you all for watching. And have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, however you celebrate the festive season, happy holidays. Really thankful for all of your support this year. The channel's really taken off this year, and hopefully we'll get the rest of that done next year. And thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.